Hey guys, welcome back. This week we're going to be looking at Romans chapter 10, verse 17. So faith comes from hearing the message, and the message that is heard is the message about Christ. Romans 10:17. So let's break this down. What does faith mean again? If you were with us a few weeks ago, we said that faith is believing in something we can't see. But it can also mean trusting something that hasn't even happened yet. Think of it this way. Let's say you ride the school bus every day and you don't really have any control, but every day before the bus arrives at your stop, you trust that it'll be safe and that the driver will get you to school safely. God asks us to have faith in Him the same way. He wants us to trust that He loves us and will take care of us during good times and bad times, even before those times happen. But where does faith or trust come from? What if you've never ridden on a school bus before and you're nervous because you don't know if it's safe or what it'll be like? How could you find out more about riding the bus? Well, the best thing you could do would be to talk to somebody that already rides the bus. They can tell you what the bus is like, show you around, introduce you to the driver, and let you know it's safe. Faith in God is similar. In Romans 10:17, Paul says faith comes from hearing the message. And what is the message? Well, Paul answers that in the next sentence. The message that is heard is the message about Christ. So for people to develop faith in God, they have to hear about Him. But let's look at exactly what God means when He says hear. Let's say you're sitting in front of the TV watching your favorite show, and your mom tells you that you need to turn it off in 10 minutes and start your homework. You say, and as soon as your mom walks away, you forget all about it. Now, in 15 minutes, what are you going to get in trouble for? That's right, not listening. Because there's a difference between hearing and listening. You heard what your mom said, you even agreed. But you didn't really think about the words, and they didn't stick in your brain. Now let's say you're sitting in math class at school, and your teacher begins a lesson on empirical versus theoretical probabilities, explaining that the former uses the number of occurrences of an outcome within a sample set as a basis for determining the probability of an outcome, where the latter is founded on situational knowledge and is the ratio of favorable outcomes to all possible outcomes. Did that explanation make sense? For some of you watching it may have, but for others it was just a bunch of words. In this case, you heard the words, but you didn't understand, which is not super helpful. See, when God says that people must hear about Christ in order to have faith, He means more than just the sound from one person's mouth traveling through the air and going into someone else's ears. He means that people actually need to listen to the message of Christ so it sticks in their brain, and to some degree, they need to understand. But what if we already have faith in God? What does this verse mean for us? Well, if we've already heard about Christ, then it's our job to tell others so they can hear the message too. And while every person can choose whether or not to listen, it's up to us to tell people about Christ and answer their questions with love and in a way that others can understand. And guys, telling people the message of Christ is a big job. A job that we can't do unless we know the message. Unless we're studying our Bibles and writing the words of God on our hearts every day. Try starting with this verse, or ask your parents about their favorite Bible verse, or just open the book up and start in the beginning. They're all God's words, and they're all important. Bye.